My name is David Latimer. My company is New Frontier Design, formerly New Frontier Tiny Homes. Been around about 5 years, and I design custom tiny homes. About 6 years ago, I went through a big professional disappointment, and it sent me into this really introspective time. A lot of personal growth in that time, and I came across the tiny home movement. My father actually introduced me to tiny homes. I instantly fell in love. I saw them as a confluence of a lot of things I'm passionate about. I get to design the home architecturally, interior, and decor. I can take it wherever I go. It forces you into intentional living, to be very intentional about what you buy, what you consume. Sustainability, affordable housing, a life of experience over the acquisition of stuff. So it's just, they represented all these different philosophies that are really important to me. When it comes to design, I'm all self-taught. Definitely had some amazing friends and mentors who've taught me a lot of things, but I've learned design software and a lot of these things mostly by myself, which has been challenging but very fun. Tiny homes are not for everybody, most people don't want to live in one, and that's totally okay. One of the things that I've started doing is kind of the deconstructed home concept, where one home will be a living room, one home will be like a shower and master bedroom, and then another one could be another bedroom, a kitchen, a big kitchen. So I like when you're in a place that's very beautiful to have, and you can spend a lot of time outdoors. It's nice to kind of have these different separate spaces that you have a lot of privacy in, or especially for bedrooms. I very much like the dichotomy of having very modern, sharp, crisp lines, but very natural materials. So you have that warmth and texture, but everything's really clean and open. One of the things I do is I hide my storage. So when you're not using something, you're not looking at it. The rooms, each space feels full size. A lot of people try to fit everything into a tiny home, and it winds up feeling cluttered and just, claustrophobic. I like to make like a chef's kitchen or a full-size bathroom or a big living room, again, hide things away, multifunctional furniture, a sofa bed or a dining set that hides under the kitchen. The Orchid is inspired by the full solar eclipse that I got to see in summer of 2018. And that solar eclipse was, again, one of the most powerful experiences I've ever had. And so that lighting, which is called valence lighting, right? One of my secrets to lighting is you hide the source of the light. You're not seeing directly the harsh source of the light. So you cover it up, and what winds up happening is you see the light over all the surfaces. So you really get to see the texture of the wood or whatever material it's on. Everything's on a dimmer, separate switch, so you can create all these different zones and moods and feelings. One of the reasons I love living in a tiny home the most is, again, being able to be in nature, eliminating these boundaries, and it invites you to spend a lot more time outdoors. One of the best things about tiny homes is that it forces you to be very intentional about how you live. You have to be very specific about what possessions you keep and what possessions you get rid of. You just don't have that much space. Yeah, we're so much in nature, you can hear coyotes everywhere. I try to do something different every single time. I get bored easily, but I also like to push myself and challenge myself to do new things. I spent my 20s and early 30s just traveling, living in a lot of different places. I worked in a lot of different industries. Some of it was interesting and fun. I had a lot of crazy experiences. But I really was afraid of doing something that I was very passionate about because I was afraid of failing. And with the tiny home thing, I finally decided it represents all these things that I'm very passionate about, and I'm going to do this thing. Whatever, regardless, however it turns out, I'm committed to doing this, and I'm not going to quit unless I'm forced to. So, yeah, so it's been an incredible, wild ride, and I haven't given up, and I'm so grateful that I decided and committed to doing tiny homes, because again, it's changed my life, this entire experience.